Hello, Dr. L here. This is a video that has several purposes. First of all, it is an apology to my customers for not being able to provide the normal service to them from the 30th of March until the 4th of April. I normally have my websites up and running 24/7. I've been in this business for 26 years working from my home office. So it was sad that I could not provide my normal customer service, but it was due to events beyond my control. And I want to explain what happened so my customers understand, and perhaps somewhere some CenturyLink official will actually notice how they really failed at providing even respectable customer service. What happened was that CenturyLink in my area in Thornton, Colorado, decided that they were going to upgrade their network. My businesses, or my micromedia business, is run over the internet through a DSL line provided to my home office by CenturyLink. It was a 20 megabit DSL line, and CenturyLink decided to do a network upgrade to provide higher speeds. Of course, everyone's trying to push higher speeds, but you have to understand that this is trying to push speeds over the twisted pair wires which were designed to carry phone conversations in the old Bell system. Now, I spent 13 years working at Bell Laboratories, so I am an ex-Bell system engineer. Well, pushing high speeds over twisted pair is an amazing feat. It technically is extremely difficult. In fact, when I was at Bell Labs, one of the original engineers that helped develop the twisted pair phone network, and Bob Carberry had 89 patents. When we started trying to put data on twisted pair, he told us it couldn't be done. Well, as technology has advanced, it can be done, but pushing 20, 40, and 60 megabits on twisted pair is really pushing the edge of the envelope. But that's off the track. Let me tell you what happened. First thing about this upgrade is that I was never notified. CenturyLink, on my account, has my phone number. They have my email address. Fortunately, by sheer accident, CenturyLink did notify my wife that there was a change coming in her service when she accidentally, when she was browsing, popped up a page on the CenturyLink website. She stopped immediately and called me to come up and look at her computer. This is the page that she popped up, and it was a warning that they were going to be upgrading my network. This popped up on the 13th of April, and it basically says we're going to upgrade your network around March 29th, and your modem might not be compatible, so call this number. Well, interestingly enough, only that one accidental browsing session, which my wife had this intelligence to warn me. She had a gut feeling this is going to be big. I grabbed the page and printed it out. And what it says is, We'll provide you an upgraded modem if you need them. It listed my modem. Here's the number to call. I called, and I was told, no problem. Technical support said, oh, your modem will work. Now, being suspicious, I called a technician that had been out to service my line several years ago, a senior technician. He used to be a Mountain Bell technician, and checked with him. And he said, well, they will send you a new modem if you need it. Okay, so I didn't worry. March 29th came and went, and I thought that they had done it very smoothly. Because in the letter it says, on the day your SSI service is selected for the upgrade, you might experience an interruption to your service expected to be less than 60 minutes. It turned out to be 5 days. It didn't occur on the 29th, but I was on an errand on March 30th, and I came back, and my wife said, the internet's down, they're doing an upgrade. Lo and behold, not only was my web server down, but everything was down. My local area network, everything. So I immediately called Tech Help, and the technician that I talked to said, okay, let me check your line. Okay, nothing's wrong with it. Oh, they're doing this upgrade. Let me double check your modem. Nope, your modem will work fine. Just got to wait till they finish this upgrade. So on the 30th, it was a wait. Meanwhile, I was totally out of business. My home system, I have to collect real-time data, and I was not doing that. Fortunately, because I have Comcast TV or Xfinity, which requires you to have a internet modem, which I was only using for the cell phones using the wireless port. So I immediately set up my data collector to collect data through that Comcast internet spigot. I never used that spigot. I had to get the modem to get Xfinity, but I've really never used it for anything except the wireless connection. Well, it looked like nothing was up. So this is on Thursday, Friday. I could not do my Chaos Clinic. I couldn't even tell my customers that I couldn't do my Chaos Clinic. I couldn't, I connected my email computer to the Comcast network, manually pulled my hotline subscriber emails off of my server, and sent them an email telling them why day trading forecast was down. And I also collected a list of my course subscribers because my online courses were no longer available. So I sent them an email telling them that I was experiencing technical difficulties. But it was more than technical difficulties. It was a complete, unmitigated botch. This rollout was a total botch. It didn't take an hour. It took 5 days. 5 times 24 is a lot more than 1. I'll let you do the math. Then, finally, on Saturday, after 48 hours, I knew from talking to my friend the technician that after 48 hours, if you ask for a chronic outage ticket, their support rules say they have to give you one, and they have to send out a technician. Well, on Saturday, they did send out a technician. And lo and behold, he says, oh, you need a new modem. Duh. So I was told by 3 different people that I didn't need a modem. The guy shows up, he says, oh, you need a modem. Well, he installed a new modem and got it up and working. Now, I had not been using the CenturyLink modem to connect to the network. I had a sophisticated Draytech combo box at firewall and modem. So after he left, I had to get my network engineer, who turns out to be my son Mark. He's very good. He came in and updated the firmware in my Draytech modem, and voila, everything was up. So Saturday afternoon, it looked like things were good. Sunday morning, I got up, and the service was going in and out, in and out. Well, to make a long story short, it was total chaos. So on Sunday, I decided to reconfigure my internal network so that all my workstations, at least, I could get on the air. And what I did was that I connected them to my Comcast internet. So then I could get my workstations on the air without using the wireless ports. I connected them as a wired network. Having done my own network wiring and construction for my home business, I knew what to do. In fact, I'd even installed a cable up to where the modem box is that ran down to my office. So it did not take me too long to at least get my workstations up, so I could at least collect my data, browse the internet, and send emails to my customers. So I had that epiphany. My son Mark came over and looked at our Draytech modem and said, look, our Draytech box, it's a firewall and a modem. And what I realized was that they are changing the physical signaling on the copper wires. How the data is transmitted. This is at the very lowest level of the network. So my big fear was that the Draytech box wouldn't be smart enough to pick up the data. It had worked fine on Saturday, but after it went out, we couldn't get it to reconnect. Mark sat here and tried all 10 versions of firmware in the Draytech. None of them would pick up the signal reliably. It had worked on Saturday, but it wouldn't work on Sunday. Then, late Sunday, or no, Monday morning, the system was still out. But my son, Mark, realized that we could use the CenturyLink modem, if it ever came up, bridge through it, and use our Draytech as a firewall. Technical details, but it's basically a more robust way to configure your network. So use the modem as a dumb modem. CenturyLink will guarantee the data up through the point where it comes out of the modem. So rather than use the modem in the Draytech and try to update it to be compatible with whatever screwy stuff this new CenturyLink system is doing, we'll just take the bridge through the modem to the firewall. So Mark came over and reconfigured that. And finally, on Monday morning, we got the network up. Well, then I discovered, interestingly enough, that with my web server up, several of the email functions in my website would no longer work. There's a port blocking issue. Well, after a lot of consternation talking to the CenturyLink network people, they claimed they were blocking the ports. We did find a port and that did work, so I simply sat down and started reprogramming my website so that wherever it sends out email, it was using this new port, and actually switched to a a different email provider. Long technical story, but the message here is that my business was put out of business by a company that does not know how to do business correctly. Yeah, they push the technology, but all they do is sell, 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 and they do not advise customers properly. CenturyLink sells me 4 static IP addresses so that I can run a server on my line. They cannot tell me what modem to use. They do not even provide or suggest a modem that has the capability to use those static IP addresses to connect to a server. They did not notify me. They completely misestimated how big of a job it was to roll out this new techno-crap. I want to teach you that word, by the way. Techno-crap. That's technology that almost works. I coined the word. I like everyone to use it. I like it in the English dictionary, officially. Techno-crap. This was not only a techno-crap attack. This is worse than a cyber attack on my business. But this was a business failure. If you want to stay in business, you have to provide good customer service. You have to tell customers, oh, there's this big change coming. And you got to be able to tell them that it's going to be 5 days and not 1 hour. So that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. My business was taken off the air because CenturyLink doesn't know how to do business correctly. So to my customers, I apologize. Thank God that I'm an engineer and I've grown up with this stuff and I understand how it's all built and how it all works or is supposed to work. But I also understand that this techno-crap depends upon organizational responsibilities. Now, I can't really fault the people I talked to at CenturyLink, the low-level technicians. They tried their best, but they did not have good information. They were being lied to about what was going on with this upgrade. They were being told things that were not true. And finally, you know, they're simply being told to stall the customer for another day. Stall the customer for another day. And I did get a small, I'm sorry, I called the billing department and told them I wasn't going to pay for my 5 days of data. And when I finally got to the right person, the billing person who helped me was very nice. He listened to my explanations of technology because he had no idea of what had been going on. And then he looked around, looked at my line and said, oh, you signed up under a bundle. That bundle's expired and we now have a better bundle. So I'm going to switch you to that bundle and it'll save you $20 a month. So in a small way, at the level that they had control, I did get some support from CenturyLink. But as far as I'm concerned, if I were to start from the beginning, I don't know that I would go to CenturyLink to run my servers. In fact, I'm now set up to easily switch to Comcast. In fact, my business is now set up where I have 2 internet networks, so that at least my servers or my workstations can stay up and I can maintain internet contact with my customers. So the story here, I teach about chaos. Chaos is an unexpected event that comes at you out of the blue. It's called an outlier, a black swan. Well, I saw them in Australia. Black swans are real. And this was a black swan from CenturyLink, directed to Dr. L. Larson at Micromedia, running websites moneytide.com and daytradingforecast.com. How do you cope with chaos? Well, a lot of it is an attitude. You have to have the attitude that you will survive. You have to use all of your wits, all of your knowledge, and figure out how you're going to survive. What is it you have to do? What do you have to change? You have to take control of every part that you can and accept the parts that you can't change. So this was a learning experience for both Mark and I. It's one we didn't really want to go through, but we got through. And now we're back on the air. Our network here at Money Tide and Day Trading Forecast is now more robust. So hopefully this exercise, well, it disrupted the service to my clients, which I simply extended their hotline subscriptions 3 days and asked them for their forbearance. But long story, but chaos occurs. You got to be tough, and the tough get going. I have a saying, known technocrapum carborundum. Don't let the technocrap grind you down. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.